I'm in Columbus Circle right now. It's like a cold, rainy night, and I was just in Starbucks getting some work done, and oh, it's so cold. But sometimes I see people, like I was sitting in Starbucks doing work, and there was this woman who was getting her, well, like she got her coffee and she was by the little, like where you pour the milk and the sugar in, and she was hunched over, like this old woman, and she had 2 cups of coffee, and she was just like slowly pouring the milk in, and she just looked really like sad, like down, like she was very slow. I mean, obviously some older people, like they can't move that fast, but the way she carried herself and the way she looked, and then when she walked by, like she had this deeply troubled look on her face. And I was sitting there doing my work, like at my laptop, looking up and looking at her walk by, and I just couldn't help but feel like a little sad. I'm just like, she looks like she's just having such a rough day. She's had such a rough life. Like when I see elderly people, I'm like, they've been through so much. They've been through so much more than younger people have, because it's like they've lived so many more years than we have, and they've been through so much, and I just want to stop and talk to them and be like, tell me about your life. So the last video clip that I'm putting in here, it got cut off because my memory was full, but I was like just saying how sometimes you see people and like they seem really sad or they look a certain way, and you kind of feel the way that they do just by like being around them and like the energy they give off. Honestly, if you're a certain type of person, like it does get to you. Like you feel for other people sometimes, like you just feel the energy, you feel like how they're feeling, and it just like comes onto you. It's like you can't help it. So that's just something that happens to me all the time. And another thing is, I was watching an interview on YouTube of Joseph Gordon-Levitt, and he talked about how he misses, well, he's like obviously famous, everyone knows who he is. He comes to New York City and like people watches and stuff, and he says like no one will know it's him, but he can't talk to anyone because obviously like if he came up and like talked to you, you would know it's him. So he just kind of like has his hat on or whatever, and we'll just like people watch. And he's like, yeah, I wish sometimes he could just have a conversation with somebody, like just a random person. And I was thinking, wow, all of us, like all the little people who no one knows who we are, is like, oh, I wonder what it would like to be famous and rich and all this other stuff. But, and then here they are thinking, I wonder what it would be like to be a normal person and be able to just have a conversation with someone and, you know, just live life. And that's one thing that's so heartbreaking to me of a lot of famous people that go through, is that they literally cannot, like everyone knows things about them, their personal life, things about their past, things they might not want people to know, but everyone finds out. And it's like their whole lives are just on display for everyone. And their whole life, like you can't even walk down the street like and have a normal life, a normal conversation with anyone. People already have this idea about you. There's preconceived notions. And it's like you can't meet someone with a fresh start. Like there's no fresh beginning of like, they don't know who you are, they don't know anything about you, and you're just meeting for the first time. There's always like a one-up, I guess, of like them knowing all these things about you, or being like a fan and fangirling and stuff over you. I think when I see famous people, I try not to like fangirl over them too much. I try to just like act normal, even though inside I'm like screaming. But that's one thing I learned recently, is that like people just want to be normal. They just want to have a normal life. And I think as humans, even if our career path is something that shouldn't hinder us from like, it shouldn't be a punishment, you know? What career path, if you want to be an actor, that's an art. Like you shouldn't be punished for that, not having a normal life, but that's just the way our society is. Okay, there was a slight interruption because I had an important stop to make. But anyways, what was I saying? Oh, this is Cathedral of St. John the Divine. I remember during Hurricane Sandy walking by, because all the subway systems were down for a while. The whole city was just like a mess after Hurricane Sandy. And so I walked to work, and I remember walking by on this road. And I was just thinking like, wow, I'm so lucky to be able to walk on such a nice little path, I guess, like, and have these nice views. Because you can complain and be like, oh man, the subway's down, I have to walk to work, and you can complain about it, but the fact that I live kind of close-ish to where I used to work and I would be able to walk, it was nice. Like, I love these like long walks through the city, taking everything in, being a tourist. But yeah, Anyways, what about, oh yeah, I was talking about like famous people and stuff and how this whole celebrity culture, and it's like we idolize these people and they're just in the media and the magazines and stuff, and it's like they're just people, let them live. I mean, obviously people want attention, some people want that, but for the normal people, I could never. I honestly like would not. I would hate my life if that was me. Like, you can't even walk around. I couldn't even do these like walk by myself through the city and just whatever, do my own thing. It's like you have to have bodyguards around you. You don't know what's gonna happen. People are gonna come running up to you screaming, whatever. I can't deal with that. I don't know how people do that. And some people it's not even intended, and it's like people are being punished because of their talents pretty much. It's like, this is so heartbreaking, but I remember in the Amy Winehouse documentary, apparently she said to her bodyguard the night before she died, like, if I could take all this back, I would. Like, if I could just walk down the street again. And like, it was so devastating to me because I just know how she feels. So yeah, it's really strange how we're all here, all these humans living on this earth, living in this same city, all walking by each other, different lives, different situations. You don't know what someone's going through or what they have to deal with or what their career or what their job entails or anything, personal life. It's crazy, and we're all just here. I feel like I always say this, but it's true. Like, it's just stuff I think about. It's like the human experience is such an interesting, weird thing. And even, this is gonna sound like really weird, but I was looking at myself in the mirror today, like, wow, this is me. Like, this is my body that I have on this earth. Like, there's only one of me. There's no one else out there like me. Like, I'm one. There's 7 billion people on this earth, and there's only one of all of us. We're all different. We all have different voices, different eye shapes, different like facial structures, different bodies, and there's so many of us, and we're all different. How amazing is that? I don't know. It's just such a cool thing. Like, all these people, and we like to categorize ourselves into like race and religion and this and that and whatever, but we are all unique still. No matter how many blanket statements, no matter how many stereotypes, no matter how many, oh, white people this, black people that, we're all unique. You can't categorize. Life is cool. I think I'm gonna walk through Columbia University just because I can pretend like I go there. She doesn't even go here. I always walk through just because it's beautiful. Yeah, just random life thoughts. Life and the human experience. What an amazing thing. Like, seriously, just think about it. Think of all the people on this earth, and like, you are you, and that's freaking amazing. So appreciate yourself. Be like, I'm special. There's only one of me. Never irreplaceable. And this is the prestigious, the one and only, where so many parents dream of their kids going, except for me, because I'm a failure. No, it's fine. Yeah, this is not the life for me. I'm honestly really glad I went to City College. I had such a good experience there. And I had amazing professors, amazing classes, really good experience. And I would not trade it. Oh my gosh, I just had another thought. It's crazy that even though, like, out of all the people in the world who have different, like I was talking about the different facial recognition, like facial differences, and like our bodies are different and we look different and we talk different, everything about us is like unique. Not only that, but like the places that we've lived in throughout our lives and the people that we've met and the experiences that we've had are like so unique to every single person, which is so crazy. Because I was thinking, like, there hasn't been like one other person who has like my same path of like, you were born in New York, and then you lived in South Carolina, and then you lived in the DC area, then you lived in New York City, and you went to City College, and then you went to, like, the certain different experiences are so unique to all of us, the places we've traveled, in the certain times that we've traveled, and the times we've lived somewhere, because you can like live in a city and it can be completely different, like years later, someone else's experience living in the same city, or like the same apartment building even. So it's crazy. And like, not only that, but also our unique personality types as a combination. It's just so crazy. Like, there's so many factors that make us into who we are, and that we're all different and we're all like our own unique person. So Yeah, just it's something to think about and like appreciate more because we don't enough. It can also be really easy to like let the opinions of others dictate our own self-worth, which is like something we should never do. But it's easy for others to make us feel like we're not special or that we're not unique or that there's nothing good about us. But that doesn't change the fact of like that we all are unique and special and different. So never let the bullies get to you. And oh my gosh, I just watched this trailer and it made me cry. It was called Wonder, I think. Oh my gosh, just watch it. It is so cute. Anyways, that's all. Just my ramblings for the night.